Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here, standing in my kitchen ready to make breakfast. That's right, not dinner this time. This is something that I do about once a month or so, but it's a breakfast that I have anywhere between 2 and 4 times a week, and that is oatmeal. That's right, I'm using a steel cut oatmeal. There's other names for this stuff too. I think groats is another name and something else. But yeah, these to me are the epitome of what your breakfast cereal should be. If you were to take an oat, run it through some cutters, you have steel cut oats, okay? That's the most unrefined product of oatmeal. If you were to take the steel cut oat, parboil it, roll it flat, then you have old-fashioned rolled oats. Okay, that's what a lot of people remember growing up as a kid and eating, but it's not the same as this. Now, if you were to take those rolled oats, par cook it even further, roll it even flatter, then you have your instant oats. Okay, those are the ones that you just have to pour hot water into and it cooks up, okay? Both of those, the rolled oats and the instant oats, have a culinary purpose, but I do not like it for my breakfast because it lost all of its character in that process. By the time you get them cooked, they are just mush, okay? With the steel cut oats, there's a body to it. There's actually a tooth to it, okay? It's almost like eating pasta in a way. So this is what I make, but then the fun part is what I top it with. So even though I'm going to make one huge batch of steel cut oats, I am going to make many variations and top it in several different ways and enjoy it. All right, let's get into this. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I wanted to show opening up the actual can. I already cut off the little bit of aluminum that's inside, but I didn't have the damn thing recording again. So basically all you gotta do to open up this can, and this is the John McCain stuff, and there's many different brands out there. You just get a spoon, knife or something, pry off the little lid just like a paint can, and then there are our steel cut oats. And then you just take a knife and you'd go around the edge and you'd cut off this little piece of aluminum. There's no little tab or anything that you pull or anything like that. So these are ready to go. Now I believe that this can is a 28 ounce can. I think there's like 4 cups in here. I think that's what it is, 3.5, 4 something. But I'm not going to measure it that way because I'm going to cook the entire thing all at once. But in order to do that, I need to empty out this can because the can is what I need to use to measure out my water. So let me get something and dump out all the oats. All right, so I actually got a 4-cup measuring cup. So let's actually see how many cups of oats are in here. Yep. Yep, look at that, 4 cups of oats. Cool. Okay, but like I said, I want to measure out my water in my can, and so I'm going to fill it up 4 times, okay? It's a 4-to-1 ratio, 4 cans of water or 4 cups or whatever to 1 part of your oats. So I've got 4 cups here, so I need 4 of these. There's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now I'm just going to turn my burner on high, bring this up to a boil. And a helpful tip too is fill your pot with hot water. It'll come to a boil quicker. Okay, my water's come up to a complete boil. I'm going to dump in all my oats. Give that a stir. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the heat all the way down to a very low temperature. I have gradations of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and high. That's low. I'm technically at 1. I just want this to simmer now for the next 30 minutes. Okay, while everything's cooking over there, I'm gonna prep my pan because what I wanna do is I wanna portion out my oatmeal, so all I have to do is throw it in the microwave and reheat it, okay? So I've got a nice big sheet pan here. Grab some parchment paper. And that's all I need. Lay it in like that. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so while that's cooking, let's talk about some topping options. You can have it plain, nothing wrong with that. Tastes a little bland, maybe a little salt in there just to kind of up the flavor a little bit. What I like to do though is cinnamon, sorry, my refrigerator just kicked on. What I like to do is a little bit of cinnamon and honey. That's one of my favorites. I have that probably most of the time. You can also do fresh fruit. If you want to slice up some apple, sprinkle a little cinnamon on that. Maybe some peaches or some berries or something like that. That's fine too. And the frozens work great. In fact, that's what I use, and then I'll show you exactly what I got. I got a huge bag of strawberries and triple berries. This has a blueberry, blackberry, and raspberry mix. So I kind of like this one too. And I just love strawberries, so that's what I have. So that's what I use for frozen. Now, if I want my stuff a little bit sweeter, I go with a little maple syrup, a little more cinnamon, maybe some more apple. It's really good stuff. And this is a bourbon maple syrup. This is really good. But fruits and things like the syrup and the honey and just brown sugar or plain sugar, it's not your only options, okay? Cook off a batch of oatmeal, fry up an egg, some sausage, put it in the oatmeal. It is that versatile. You can do stuff like that, and it tastes phenomenal. Usually, I don't do the egg and sausage, bacon, ham type stuff in my oatmeal, but it's not uncommon. People do it all the time, okay? So think of this almost like grits. I mean, they're really versatile. You can add cheese to it and all this other stuff. You can add herbs to it if you want. Yeah, they're really good. Okay, every few minutes you just gotta come back, give it a stir. Just make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom, that it's not burning or anything like that. My temperature setting on my burner has been excellent. It's not foaming up and going over. It's just a nice little simmer, just little pockets of bubbling going on. That's all I'm getting, and that's what I want. Okay, so my oatmeal's just got a couple minutes left. Come down here and let me show you what I'm gonna do. Now I've grabbed, 6 frozen strawberries here, and I'm just going to try to cut them up as best I can, being that they're frozen. Come on. All right, I heard that beep, so that means that my pot is just about done. You can, if these were thawed, of course, they'd slice a lot better. But I don't care if they're chunked or sliced or anything. So yeah, just like that. That looks good to me. Of course, once this hits the hot oatmeal, they'll thaw out. So everything's good. Okay, so my time is up. I'm going to turn off my timer, turn off my burner, give it another stir. Okay, so being that this is freshly cooked, it's still quite watery yet. It really hasn't set up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ladle out my serving into my bowl here. There, that ought to be good. Okay, so there's my serving of oatmeal. I'm going to dump my strawberries right in there. Just gonna stir that in just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna also just let that sit just for a couple of minutes just to warm those strawberries through. Okay, it's just been a couple of minutes. I'm gonna add just a splash of milk. I like that creamy texture that the milk gives. Can't quite do it this way. There you go, guys. There's my oatmeal with strawberries and milk, or strawberries and cream. I just didn't have any actual cream. I just had to use milk. Let's give it a little taste here. They're so good. So yeah, this is my breakfast 2 to 4 times a week. And it's not just the strawberries and cream. It's not just the berries. I'll put syrup in it. I'll put just regular jam. We got some apple jelly up in the cupboard. Sometimes I'll just mix in just a little bit of apple jelly with some cut up apple. I do that fairly often. Honey and cinnamon, love that. I probably do that more often than anything. But that tooth, I mean, look at that. See those chunkies in there? So when you're chewing it, you actually have to bite down on it. It's really nice. It's just not a bowl of mush. I'm going to let that sit in the pot for a while just to firm up, cool down. I'll take my scoop and I'll portion out on my sheet pan here, freeze them, and then I can reheat them later in the week or month, wherever, to enjoy at a later date. All right, well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I will see you guys on the road and a little bit healthier thanks to my oatmeal. All right, thanks guys, bye.